times because a lot of time because we've already done a lot, and now we are just going to be building. So hopefully we should be able to build a lot of things tonight. So guys, welcome to the episode 9 of our Flutter developer course. In this episode, we are going to continue with what we did last yesterday, or was it yesterday? Guys, I haven't forgotten the last thing we did yet. So we are going to continue with yesterday's episode, which was episode 8. Tonight we are going to have episode 9 of our course, and then hopefully we should be able to build beautiful stuff and then a lot of stuff before we leave here. So first things first, let's run the code and make sure we are on the right path. If we discover, or if we are really on the right path, then we jump into development. Yeah, so let me get some few things done, and then we jump into development as usual. Yeah, no, this is Flutter. This is not Java. This is actually Flutter, and we are using it for mobile development, cross-platform mobile development. Yeah, so guys, shall we get to business? First things first, let's run the app and confirm that everything is okay, and then from there we jump into our build. Don't forget, you can find all the code on the GitHub repo. Right, you can find all the codes in the GitHub repo. You just have to go inside the description of the video, and then you have access to all the code base and everything that we've done. So check that out. You can also have access to the official WhatsApp channel and then be part of the development. Yeah, so guys, now we have our screen. Let's check some 1 2 3 stuff to make sure everything is on point. So what we did the last time was log in. If we log in and we want to use our face verification, yeah, then we go straight to the onboarding screen. So next, and next, then we are done. Now yesterday when we were working, right, I told you guys, yeah, Rashad, I check and then I saw only the previous emails. I haven't seen any new email. The only email I saw was the one we were talking about, the WhatsApp channel and all that. So I don't know, can you send it inside of the WhatsApp channel or maybe through TikTok, because I can't access the previous emails. Yeah, Onset Lifer, thanks very much for the likes. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to drop that follow, and let's get the coding started. Yeah, thank you very much. So guys, yesterday when we were doing the onboarding screen, I told you guys that there is something that I have to show you before we jump into other parts of the development. Thank you very much, Lifer. Thank you for the likes and the follow. Don't forget to also check out the YouTube channel. All right, the name of the channel is Code Researcher, as you can see on the screen. We have a lot of episodes, more than 90 episodes in there, all about mobile applications development. So you should check that out and have access to it. So guys, what we were doing yesterday was this. We have this particular function, right, animate to page, and we were using this function to jump to pages based on a certain condition, right? So we were using the switch condition to actually jump to the pages when we click on the button. We did that yesterday, we did that last night, and I was telling you guys that because I wanted you to understand the switch, right, the switch statement, that's why I use switch. But there's a more better way you can do this, which is very straightforward. All right, this is not a bad way, but there's also another way that you can do this when you are on the onboarding screen and then you want to move to the next screen. So when you click on this button, let me go over the switch again, then I'll show you how you can do it in the other way. Guys, thank you very much for the likes. Don't forget to drop the follow and be part of the family. Yeah, so when you check the switch, right, we are switching. Akuben, thanks very much for the follow. When you check the switch, we are switching on the current value. So in the switch, we are saying that if the case, which is the current value, is 0, then we are animating to the first page, which is 1, index 1. And then if the case is 1, we are animating to index 2. And if the case is 2, then we are animating to the home screen. Right, that's what we have in the switch statement. But I told you guys that there's another way that you can do this. So if we should go inside our function, if we should go inside of this function, which is animate to page. Thank you guys, thank you very much for joining the, what's the name of it? I can't even remember the name. Thank you guys for the likes, I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining the community. We are going up. Don't forget to check the YouTube channel, Code with Secho, for more updates. Yeah, so what we are doing is that in animating to the page, right, when we are jumping to the page, what we have to do is change this switch statement with just a few lines of code, right? Cache, thank you very much for the follow. So what we are going to do is that if the current index, right, so if the current index is equal to 2, so first let's do this, right? So if the current index is equal to 2, then we are navigating to the home page when we press on the button. So on press of this button, if the current index is equal to 2, then we are navigating to the home page. That is what we are doing. Now the next one is, what about the next one is when we want to move to the single screens, right? When we want to move to the index of those other screens. So this is what we are going to do. If the current index is 2, then go to home page. Else what are we going to do? We are just going to do animate. We will call our function, which is animate to page, and then we will pass the current index, right, plus equals 1. So we are going to do that. I'll explain the code to you. So what we are doing is that we have our function, which is animate to page, right? And then we are using the current index. So since we have only 2 indexes and the last index is this, what we are doing is that if the index is equal to 2, right? If the index is equals to 2, then that means we are on the last index. So we are jumping towards the next screen, or we are animating to the home page. But if the index is not equal to 2, then that means the index is either 0 or 1. So what are we doing? If the index is 0, we will add plus 1 and then equals the index. So that is what we are doing. This, as you are saying, plus equals, it's just saying that the index plus 1, which is equals the index. So this can either be written this way, which is going to be current index is equal to, right, current index plus 1. So this, right, the long form of this is this, and the short form of this is this. The change is just this operators in the middle down there. Yeah. So now let's comment out our switch and then confirm if the page or the page is going to do the same thing as we were doing with the switch and all that. So we are going to rerun the screen, and then we will go to our login and use our facials, right? Facials, check, and then let's see. So yeah, this, and then done. So you can see this long code, right, this long switch code was replaced with this, just this. The long switch code has been replaced, or was replaced with this. Yeah, so the location is it where I am streaming from? I'm streaming from Ghana, but if you want to know the other platforms that I'm live on, then I'm live on YouTube, and the name is Code with Secho, so you can check it out. Yeah, welcome nobody. Yeah, so guys, we've replaced the long switch code with this now. You can see it's very simple and it's very good. Yeah, so now we are going to what we are supposed to do today. That's just by the way. Now we are going to focus on what we are supposed to do today or tonight. So let's go to our UI and confirm what we are doing. So now this is what we will be doing. We are gonna do this now that the user has logged in, or now that the user has signed up. The welcome, all right, the salutation is now gonna have the user's profile. That's what the salutation is gonna have according to the UI. The salutation is gonna come with the user's profile, and on this card is gonna change to an ad card, all right, an adverse, which is like bonus rewards, coffee delivered to your house, and blah blah blah. That is what we are gonna have, right? So that will bring us to a point where we have to check states. We have to do something small like state management, where we have to check to confirm that hey, the user has logged in. You see that? Yeah, we would have to do that. But we can either do that with a state management, which will kind of get you confused a little, or we can do that with using shared preferences, because with shared preferences it's a way of storing it's just a small, let's say, storage where you get a chance to store some data that you want to use again and again and again. So it stores the data inside of the phone's memory or the device's memory or storage, and as long as the app lives on the phone, that particular data persists. So that is what we are going to choose between. Either we are going with shared preferences or we are going with state management. The reason why we will go with shared preferences is that if we use state management, that means when the user is back, the state is going to reset, and then we would go back to this, and then we will go back to this. Yeah, we are going to go back to this if we have that. So because we don't want to do this, we are going to use shared preferences, or we are going to use a little bit of storage to kind of store the check, or a boolean value to check whether the user have logged in and all that. And then all right, reshots, I'll check it out. So that's what we are going to do. We will check if the user has logged in, blah blah blah, then we'll decide on what to show. So that's what we are going to do. Yeah, so let's first look for the shared preferences package, and then we'll read a little bit on it, then we'll jump into development. So shared preferences in Flutter. So we're going to click on the package, and this is shared preferences. So yeah, it wraps a platform specific persistent storage for simple data, right, which is all this, and then data may be persisted to disk asynchronously, and there is no guarantee that writes will be persisted to disk after returning. So this plugin must not be used for storing critical data. Supported data types are int, double, bool, string, lints, and blah blah blah. Yeah, so we have shared preferences versus shared preferences async versus shared preferences with catch. We have all those things, but the least one, all right, the simple one that we are going to be focused on is the shared preferences. Right, so we are going to focus on shared preferences, and this is how it is. If you are writing data, you are just going to call the preference.await to get an instance, and then you save a particular data. You are going to save the data with an ID or a field that you use to locate it, and then its value. So you are going to do that. Yeah, so that is what we'll be using to store this particular user data, so that over time we can go through that data and then decide what to show and what to hide. Yeah, so let's go to our screen, and then let's add our shared preferences. Yeah, so where am I? Okay, I think I've seen it. Yeah, reshot, I think I've seen it, so I'll check it out. Hope you're done with the profile. Oh yeah. Let me do something small. Will be available tomorrow. Available tomorrow. Yeah. So guys, so we are gonna do Flutter pop add shared preferences, and that should add shared preferences. Yeah. So let's go into our local, and then we run our Flutter pop add, and then we'll call shared preferences. Yeah. Yeah. So let's add our shared preferences. We have it in there. So the next thing for us to do is to go on to this. All right, so core, inside of the core we are going to create something like maybe service. So shared preferences is going to be a service, so we'll create a directory called services. So these are like the core services, right? And then we'll call the shared preference service. So we are going to call this shared, I'm going to call shared preferences service. We are going to call the shared preferences service. So preferences. Yeah, preferences. Bro, how did you bring the Figma design directly into Flutter? Okay, bro, I didn't actually bring the Figma directory or the Figma design that directly into Flutter. I built it. Yeah, so we built it in Flutter, we code it, as you know. Yeah, so yeah, we code it. Yeah, so I didn't actually go directly for it. Yeah, if you want to see the process and everything, you can check out the YouTube channel. This is a series that we are running, and we are on episode 9. So we started from episode 1 where we did the setup and all that, and then we started the build and all those things. So if you want to have just a feel of how it started and how it is going, you can just go and check out the YouTube channel Code with Secho. I'm live right now, so you can also see my face and everything, and yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so guys, back to the design. So we are going to create that service for the shared preferences. So shared preferences service, and then we are going to call this a class. So let's call the shared preferences service, and then the first one is going to be void. This is going to be a future void, right? So save login state. Yeah, so if the user login, then we are going to save that state for the user, then we'll use it again and again. So we are going to call shared preferences. You can either say final shared preferences. Yeah, so where is it? Shared preferences. We'll call this. What? Why are you disturbing me? Stay at one place, okay? Guys, don't worry, I'm just a happy guy. Yeah, I'm just a happy guy. Yeah, so we are going to call our shared preferences, and then we can call it pref, and then we are going to use await to wait for the shared preference instant, right? But before you would use await, so let me do this for you. I want you to see the error and then how we are going to solve it. So shared preferences dot get instance. Yeah, so if you check this, right, this code is very correct. Nothing is wrong with this particular instantiation or whatever we are doing here. But what is wrong is that we are using an await keyword without its async modifier, right? And I've spoken about await and async in the very first episode when we were creating the launch the splash screen. I spoke about those things. So if you want to check it out, go check episode 3 of the course. You understand why we need async whilst we are using await. Yeah, so we would add our async, and then now await is usable, right? So we can either do something like future void, right? Let me bring every keyword so that you understand. So we are going to use future void, save login state, and then pref. Then we are just going to use a pref dot set bool, right? Then the key for this particular state is going to be has logged in. So the value is going to be true. Yeah. So now the great king, thanks for the follow. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channel for more episodes, guys. I used to wear the cap every day like this. Now I want to pull it, and so I'm gonna do like this. So now what we are doing is that anytime we call the save login state, what we are just doing is that we are saving this particular value, which is has logged in. Yellow Love, thanks very much for the follow. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channel as well, and be part of the family. I can't pronounce the name, that's why I said Yellow Love. Yeah, so thank guys for the like, I really appreciate it. Yeah, so this is when we are saving the login state. So now what we are doing is that if the user creates an account or the user logs in, then we are going to save this state. Then later we have to access this state, right? Mr. Wemega or Wemega, thanks very much for the follow. Guys, don't forget to check out the YouTube channel, right, for more episodes. We have about 90 plus videos on the YouTube channel, so don't forget to check it out. Yeah, so back to business. You've saved the login state. Now the next thing for you is to... Who is calling me? Guys, I'm live, bro. Guys, sorry, someone is calling me. I'm live, bro. Can't you see that I'm live? Text only. Guy, I have to block my people. Guys, I'm just playing. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, so the next thing for us is to get this particular state when the user logs in, right? So we are going to write another function. But this function will not be returning void. This particular function is returning void, and void means that we are not going to return any value, right? But for this particular one, we are returning a boolean value, and that boolean value will tell whether the user has logged in or not. So inside of this particular future, we are going to run a future of bool, right? We are going to write a future of a bool, and then we are going to use this. Let's just name it as logged in, just as it is suggesting for us. Okay, so this is also going to be an async. Oh, why is this thing disturbing me, guys? Everything is against me tonight. Every single thing is against me. All the elements that I'm using here are all against me. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, so first things first, let's create an instance of our preference. So we are going to do shared preferences. And then we are going to call it pref, and we will await shared preferences dot get instance. Yeah, so when we do that, the next thing we are going to do is that we are setting bool. So now we are going to get bool, right? So we'll return. Let me do it the simplest way for you and to understand. We are going to do a bool has logged in, and then that's going to be pref, which is the shared preference instance that we've created, and then we are going to use get bool, and then we'll supply the key, and the key is has logged in. the key that we created at the top. Guys, thanks very much for the likes. I really appreciate them. So we are gonna have this. So we have has logged in. This is going to be the key that we'll query when we get here, and you are seeing this, right? You are seeing this underscore because the boolean that we are getting can either be a null value. Undefeated, thanks very much for the follow. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channel for more videos here. So the reason why we are getting an error is that we are returning this value. All right, we are getting this particular key, and this key can either return a null value. We are accessing shared preferences, so the value can be null. That is the assumption, that the value that we are trying to access can be null. So what we have to do is that if the value is null, then we have to return a particular value, right? And that will be false. So if what we are looking for in here is not available or it's null, then we are going to return false. That is what we are doing. So now you can just do return has logged in like this. Yeah, this is a long way. You can also clean this, right? And also clean this and use the return directly. You can say return this and it's all the same. You are good to go. Yeah, so now what we are doing is that we can save the login state for the user, and then we can also check if the user has logged in. We have that too. So now we have to go back inside of our code and change some one or two things to determine the state of the user. Yeah, so if you are using shared preferences, let's go to the documentation and let's read an example doc. Don't forget to always check out the documentation. It is very important. Yeah, so this is just an example. So what I'm looking for is when you are initializing it. That is the most important part. You would have to check whether there is something special you have to do when initializing it, or before you jump into creation and all that, or you just use it anywhere or anyhow you want to use it. Yeah, so that is what we are doing right now. It doesn't look like we have any special thing that we want to do, right? Or that we would have to do. So I think we are good to go. Yeah. So guys, let's jump in here and then let's go to our features and then onboarding screen. So what we are going to do is that on the authentication screen, right, when you do log in, whatever you do, we are going to set the shared preferences for that particular user to true. So which means that when you log in, then automatically you become a logged in user. Yeah, so that is what we are going to do. So let's go to our login, and then when we click on this login button, we are logging in the user. Yeah, so before we navigate, we have to call our shared preferences instance. So this has to be, let's make this static so that we can just pick it without having to instantiate the shared preferences class. So we have these two classes as static. So what we can do is that to do is to save the login state. Yeah, so we are going to save the user's login state, and then what we are going to do is that we'll call our shared preferences service. Yeah, shared preferences service dot save login state. Yeah, so now we have to make this class async, and then we have to await this particular state, which means that we will wait for the login to happen for the state to be saved before we navigate the user. we can either navigate the user without waiting for the state, but that means that maybe after the navigation the state might not be saved, which means we are going to give the user the impression that, hey, your state has been saved, you've logged in, and then when they come back they are going to see that, no, I haven't really logged in yet. So now it's a choice that you would have to make, but the best one is to wait for the state to save and then you navigate the user. It's just like when you are logging in and then you are showing a loading progress indicator. After some time, then you navigate the user. Yeah. So when you check this, we have context saying that don't use build context across async gaps. We solve an issue like this in, I think, episode 5, 6. It's between episode 6 and 7. So you can check that out on the YouTube channel. So what we are going to do is that if mounted, if the state or the widget is mounted, then we are navigating to the next context, right? So if this particular context is mounted, then we navigate to the other screen. That is what we are doing. Yeah. So now let's rerun our app, and if we log in, our state or that particular state should become true. So now let's log in and do this. Let's wait and see. There is an issue. It says that error, exception, implementation for forget all channel shared preferences. I think we have to do something. I think we have to do some initialization or something before we jump in there. So guys, what I have to do is to put this error in the search box, right, to identify. I think there's something we have to do. Either we have to initialize shared preferences on the main screen or something, I don't know. So let's go here and see. It's hard to be reinstalled, therefore uninstall and reinstall the application. Yeah, so what if the app is deployed? Yeah, so it's saying we have to set we have to uninstall and reinstall the app. So that means we have to run a clean run, right? We have to run the app cleanly to see what is gonna work for us. I had this issue before, and this is what I've done to fix it. So we are going to do Flutter clean and then Flutter pop get. Yeah, so let's do that. After that, delete your debug app from the device. Yeah, so according to all the solutions online, we have to do our Flutter clean and then we fresh install the app. That is what it is saying. So let's clean and then let's use Flutter. So let's use Flutter pop get. Now we get our data. Then the next thing we do is to stop the app and clean it, right, uninstall it, and then we start with it again. So we are going to do this and then uninstall this. Now we rerun a fresh run. So let's do that, and hopefully it should work. Phew, guys, don't forget to drop that follow, and don't forget to check out the YouTube channel Code with Secho. As you can see, Code with Secho for more episodes and more live sessions. If you're also interested in learning how to build mobile apps, you can check out the YouTube channel for updates, and also check out the official WhatsApp channel for updates. Guys, this is for you and for me and for us. Yeah, so as you can see, we're rerunning our app. Let's wait for it to run, and then hopefully our issue should be resolved and we should be able to access shared preferences now. So our app will run, and then we are going to log in, and now when we log in, shared preferences is working. Yeah, so let's check this. Our shared preferences is now working, so that means we can move forward. Yeah, so now we do this, and this. When we come back here, we are gonna have this, but just know that now the shared preferences is working. Yeah, so the next thing we are going to do is to just copy this code, right? Just copy this code and give it to the sign up as well. It's the same thing we are going to use for the sign up. If we sign up, we are going to say user have registered. So what do? We save the sign up state. That's all. It's not so complicated, guys. So when we go to our sign up, we are going to do this. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, let's correct this. Instead of using loading screen, we are going to use the face ID, right? We are going to jump to the face ID screen. That is where we ask whether the user want to sign up with the face ID or just do the normal password sign up, right? That's what we did around episode 7-8. That's what we did, so you can check it out. I think episode 7 part 1 and part 2, that's what we did. You can just check it out. And then we have to import our shared preferences, and also because of this error on our weight, we have to make our class async. Yeah, so Jamie, thanks very much for the follow. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channel Code with Secho. Drop a subscription, guys. We have, I think, 280 people, right? 280 subscriptions on the YouTube channel, and among that 280, I think my 3 accounts are also part. My 3 accounts are also part of the 280 people. I have friends and family that are part of the 280 people. So guys, or no more, if we should deduct everything, we have around 200 subscribers, all right, on the YouTube channel. So guys, you are the real deal. You are the real people. Don't forget to check out the channel, drop a subscription, and always be up with the updates. Yeah, guys, it's very important. Thank you. Yeah, so since we are doing login, we can't we are doing sign up and we are doing login, but our function says save login state, right? That particular name doesn't really describe both functionalities. It's only describing the login and it's not describing the sign up, right? So we have to change this function name to something that describes more that works for both functions, right? That works for both sign up and login. So instead of the save login state, we will change this to save auth states. So now we are checking, we are saving the authenticated or the authentication state of the user. So instead of saying save login state, we are now saving save auth states. You get it? Yeah, so now that should work for login and then sign up. Yeah, so has logged in, we can change it to has authenticated. Yeah, so has authenticated, and then we, for this two, let's also change this two to meet exactly what we are doing, right? So authenticated, and then we are gonna say this to true. So now the question is, what do we do? So we are gonna save auth state here, and then on the login too, we are gonna save auth state. So now let's close the app and then rerun this particular app. Yeah, so let's rerun the app and see if we are gonna have our elements just as we want. Guys, don't forget to drop that follow. Yeah. Don't forget to drop that follow. It's very important, right? It's very important to me. You might not know how important it is, but it is important to me. And also subscribe. Yeah, so we have our app running. Let's confirm if our register is gonna work. Our register is working, so the auth state is working. Confirm my face. Bah. We're here, so we move, and then we're done. And same applies to login as well. Same applies to login if we are doing that. Now the next thing for us to do is to use the saved states, right? The states that we are saving. Now what are we going to use it for? We are saving the states. Yeah, that's correct. But what exactly are we going to use it for? We are going to use that state to determine the card to show on the home page. Right, so if the user has logged in, we are going to use that state to determine whether we are going to show this particular card, whether we are going to show this join now, gets login and all that, whether we are going to show this particular card or we are going to show this particular card, all right, with the user's face and their name and all that. You get that? So that's what we are going to do. Yeah, so let's jump in and then build that right away. So now let's access the states and then use that to determine what we are going to show on our home screen. So let's jump to our screens and then we'll look for, guys, what's the home screen? Guys, what's the home screen? I seriously don't know. I've forgotten. We have the home screen here. Home screen main. Yeah, so it should be this screen. Yeah, so now we are going to use this screen to determine what to show on the screen. Oh, yeah. So whilst our schema is loading, we should already start doing something. I'm going to keep it raw. I'm going to keep it plenty so that you get a whole idea of what is going on, and then after that we can break it down, or you should break it down and see what you are going to have for yourself. So let's do bool, and then it's authenticated. We are going to ask, why am I doing is authenticated here? Don't worry, you understand. Yeah, so we have this bool is authenticated, and then we're gonna have this, right? So after all this schema thing is done, the next one is we are going to check if the user is authenticated as well. So we are going to use await, right? So whilst this is checking, we are also checking if the user is authenticated. Yeah, so what we are going to do is that await shared preferences. Let's do our shared preferences instance dot has authenticated. Yeah, so now our is authenticated is going to be equals the value of has authenticated. Yeah, so that is what we are going to do. That is what we are going to do right now, guys. That is what we are going to do right now. So the next thing for us to do is to should we use it this way? Because if we wait and we use is authenticated, we are just going to set the value, but we are not resetting the state. So what do? Are we going to set state on is authenticated, or we are going to create another value like this? So we are going to create a value as final bool of state. So we are going to call this, we are going to call the auth state, right? And then inside of the auth state we will set state, and then we will call our is authenticated to be equal to the auth state. So this is what we are going to have now. This is what we are going to have, which means that after we are done with our schema, we are going to use this particular state to determine whether we are showing that card or the other card. So when we go to home screen, we have our home screen, and then let's see, what do we have on the home screen? We have landing. So guys, even this, I think we are supposed to do this on the landing page. I feel like we have to do this on the landing page and not wait all the way on home screen, right? So we can actually do this on the landing page so that we wouldn't have to pass data in between this and that. So let's do that here rather. So inside of the init, we are going to do this. We are going to do widget state.binding. We're going to widgets binding. Alright, and then we'll call instance, then we'll add post framework callback. We've already done all this, so episode 5, episode 6 should already explain this. And then in here, we are going to use the values that we created here, right? We are going to use them on that screen because that is where we needed them and not here. And I don't want us to go all the way up there, creating that there and then now sending it. It's just going to be long. So we will pick this data, and then we use it in here. Then we just have to make this async, and then we import. Thank you very much, VMe3. Thank you very much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to also check out my YouTube channel for more episodes like this. Guys, we have about 90 plus videos on the channel, so you should check it out. And the channel, the last time I checked, we have less than 200 and we have around 280 subscribers. So guys, add up and let's at least get like 285 or 83 subscribers. At least 3 subscribers, guys. 3 subscribers at least. The name of the channel is Code with Secho. Alright, as you can see. So don't forget to check it out. Yeah, so guys, where do we go next? We have our auth state, we have all this set. So the next thing for us is to go in here and we are going to pick this salutation widget. Now what we will do is we'll use if it's not authenticated, then show the salutation widget, else show the other widget. So that is what we are going to do now. Right, so down here we'll say if it's authenticated, 1 2 3, then do this. But what we are going to do is that we want to start with the old one first. So we will say if it's not authenticated, if the user is not authenticated, then we are showing this particular widget. Right, we are showing this particular widget. Or what we can do, right, to not write a lot of code, since on this particular screen all that is being added is this image, we wouldn't want to create this all over again. We can actually set a flag, or we can set a parameter that we would use to determine whether to show this image or not. That's what we can do, right? Assuming we are taking a user model or user function or stuff like that, user profile model, we'll just use it that way. So inside of this particular salutation widget, we would send a final boolean. All right, we'll set a final bool which will be show profile picture. So we will send this, and then we'll use that to determine whether we are showing the user's profile picture or not. Yeah, so we have this, and then when we come to this screen, we will just run this show profile picture, and then we will use is authenticated to determine whether we are showing the user profile picture or not. So we have this. If we run our app, nothing is going to happen. Right, so let's go to salutation, and then now in here we have this column that is showing the user profile. The next thing is to show that particular image, right? So we will now change this column. We'll now change this column into a row. If you check the design, the elements are aligned in a row, so we are changing the column into a row now. So we'll have a row, and then inside of the row we have children. The first children will be the column, and then the second children, let's do this text and say profile picture. Yeah, so this is gonna be our next child. Right, so if we should rerun this, we are gonna have this element that says profile picture. The reason why we have this element is that we haven't even set the flag yet. We are not even using the flag to determine whether we should show the profile picture or not, so don't worry. Yeah, so now we are going to use main axis, and then we'll put a space between the profile picture and then the salutation, which is the text. So now we should have something like this. Now when you check, we are going to have this icon, right? We are going to have this head avatar, and then inside of the avatar we would have all this stuff. So let's first download our profile avatar. Yeah, let's download our profile avatar, and then after that we can use it as we want. Guys, I seriously want us to download it differently, but the profile avatar comes with the border and all that, so unfortunately we would have to use it like that. I wanted us to build our own border around it, but what we can do is that we can crop it, right? We can crop this particular avatar like this. Can we even crop it? Guys, I think we can pick it alone. I don't know how we are going to do this, but let's click on this image and see if we can download this image. I want us to select only the profile avatar, right? So this is a PNG image. Let's hide it and see how it's gonna be like. Yeah, the PNG image comes with the background and all that. Guys, this is sad, but we would have to use it this way. Yeah, so I'm just gonna export this PNG, and then we'll use it like that. You're gonna have a full idea of how it's supposed to work. Yeah, I thought we are gonna have to build our own border around this thing and all that, but it seems the UI has already built what they want us to use. So unfortunately we would have to use it this way. Yeah, so dummy assets, we are gonna set this and say user profile. We are gonna create user profile avatar. Yeah, so we have user profile avatar, and then we are gonna copy the path reference, and we'll jump into our constant app assets, and we should have it under the dummy assets, right? So let's create this, and then let's have it down here. Yeah, so we are gonna have it under our dummy assets, and then we'll call it user profile avatar. Guys, don't forget to drop a follow, guys, please. The follow is very important, and also the likes is very important. And don't forget to check out the YouTube channel. Let me turn my cap. Maybe if I do the cap like this, so you guys will check the YouTube channel and support. Guys, please check the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel, that's the name, Code Research. Please check it out and drop that subscription. We have 280 subscribers. I'm only looking for at least maybe 1, 2, or 3 something. Guys, let's do that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so guys, the next thing is for us to check the profile avatar, right? Let's add the profile avatar. Thank you very much for the likes. I really appreciate it, guys. I really appreciate the likes. Yeah. So let's go to our salutation widget and let's change this to the profile avatar, right? So we are going to call Image.assets, and then we are going to supply the app assets, and then we will call the profile user profile avatar as the asset. So when we rerun, we should now have this big asset. Yeah. You know very well what we are going to do to make it look good. So I'm not even going to talk much. You've already guessed what we are going to do to make it look good. Yeah, let's set the height to 40.0, and then we should have our height. So when we rerun, we are going to have this. Back, back, back. It's a movement. Yeah, but if we check here, we can check the height of this particular element, and it's around 62. That is what the image says it is. So if we should use 62 as the height, let's see how big it's gonna be. Yeah, so this is what we have. This is what the UI gave us, so this is what we are going to use. We are supposed to actually have only the avatar, and then we build our own element around it, but it seems the image comes with all that. So guys, we just have to use that. I've built a lot of circular stuff and you already have an idea of how it works, so this shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for the likes. I really appreciate it. And the follows, guys, someone should drop that follow and check out the YouTube channel. Yeah, so now this is where we are going to use the flag or the param that we've been passing all this while. Show profile picture. Now we are going to show profile picture depending on whether the user has been authenticated or not. Yeah, so you know, as usual, we are going to cut this. Let's take this off, and then we'll see if widgets. All right, this is a stateless widget. So if show profile, right, if show profile, then what do? We show user profile. So all we are saying is that if the user has been authenticated, then show the user's profile, which is this. So let's rerun our app and then let's see. Yeah, so the user has been authenticated, and that is why we have this showing. Now, in order to test whether the user has not been authenticated, we have to close everything and clear the data for this particular app, right? We have to clear the data. So we will go in here and check the app info. Inside of the app info, we are going to look for storage and cache, and then we'll clear the storage. So that should clear the shared preferences or the item we stored in the shared preferences, right? So after clearing the storage, we're going to close everything and then let's rerun our app. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you for joining the community. Welcome to the community, guys. Ashy boy, welcome to the community. It's been a long time, so it's good to have you here. Yeah, guys, don't forget to check out the YouTube channel, right? Yeah. So as you can see, after running the app, we no more have the user icon. I made 3 people subscribe. Rashad, thank you very much. Guys, the YouTube channel, thank you very much. I feel like dancing, but don't worry, I'll dance another time. Another time I'll just want to have fun with you guys, and we'll do some crazy live stream, and yeah, it's not gonna be coding, it's gonna be a happy hour. Yeah. Yeah, Richard, thank you very much. Yeah, so guys, we tested the good part and the wrong part, the positive and then the negative section of this particular param. When we tested it, when the user was authenticated, the icon was showing, but now that the user is not authenticated, the icon is no more showing. So let's go there, authenticate the user, and see if the icon is going to show or not. So let's go on join now and do register. Yeah, use face ID. check, pew. Yeah, so onboarding, we do our onboarding and then done. Now let's see if it's gonna work. Pa. Yeah, so now our user is authenticated, so we have this. Damn. Yeah, so we have this now, which means our user is authenticated. Now the next thing for us to do is to build this card. The next thing for us to do is to build this beautiful card, right? Shh, guys, it is gonna get tensions right now. We are about to do some stack stuff again, and you already know what stack has been doing. Stack has been doing us like this, yeah, but we are gonna do that. All right, we are gonna build a stack, and then we will determine whether to show this or the next one based on the authentication status of the user. If the user is authenticated, then we show this card. If the user is not authenticated, then we show the login card. You can remember, right? So that's what we are going to do. And guys, thank you very much for the follow. Don't forget to drop the follow, the like, check out the YouTube channel, draw that subscription, and let's get the going. Yeah, so guys, let's build this. Someone might say that today my energy is really up. I don't know why my energy is up. Maybe I'm just happy to be on live again, or maybe you guys are subscribing and I'm happy. Yeah, so let's go to the card now. Yeah, so this is the login card, right? On the page, this is our login card. If you doubt that, then let me close it for you to see. The card is gone. Yeah, so this is our login card widget, and then we are going to build another card, all right, for this particular item. That is what we are going to do. One thing about this app is that after building everything, you can actually use it for a customer. You can customize it to your own stuff and use it for someone, deploy it for the person, connect a back end, and make quick money. Someone says, hey, I have an app for my small food business or my big food business where users can place order and all that. And you know you already built an app like this, so you just have to go and do some few changes to the colors, to the text, maybe to the food in there and all that, then you are done. So that's why this particular course is very important, because you learn a lot. Yeah, so guys, let's go and build that particular card. Let's build bonus rewards card. That is what we are building. Yeah, so we are gonna go into our widgets. We are gonna go into our widgets, which where can we get this particular widget? Where do we have it? We have login widgets. I think that's on the off. Where do we have this particular widget? The login card. Is it landing screen widgets? Yeah. So on the landing screen, we are going to create a new class, and that will be bonus rewards widgets. So we are going to name it bonus rewards widgets, or card widgets, whatever you want to name it. Just make sure it makes sense and it describes what you are doing in there. Yeah, so we are gonna have bonus rewards card widgets. We are gonna have it as a stateless widget, so we have bonus rewards card widgets. And then in here, as usual, we are gonna return our scaffold. Guys, thanks very much for the likes. I really appreciate all of them. You don't know, I really appreciate it, guys. I do. You don't know, but I do. Yeah, so we are going to return a text, and then we will say this is a bonus. Yeah, so we are going to have this. We would say this is a bonus. And now if we return this card, we should have that particular bonus rewards card, right? So let's jump into the landing screen and let's call on the bonus rewards. All right, card widgets. So we have this particular widget. Let's rerun our app and see. This is it. Now what we are going to do is that if the user logs in, then we are going to show the bonus rewards cards widgets, right? If the user does not log in, then we are going to show the login widgets, right? So what do? Is authenticated is the way to go, right? So we are going to go and say if it's authenticated, then we will show the bonus rewards cards widget. You can do that, and then you can do else. Think 1 2 3 this card. Yeah, so you can use if else in Flutter, don't worry. Yeah, so now we are saying if the user is authenticated, use the bonus rewards card widget, else if the user is not authenticated, then use the login widget. So if you rerun the app, now we have the bonus rewards card widget because the user is authenticated. Can you get it? You get it? Yes, you do. Yeah, so now let's focus on building this card to look exactly like this. Guys, we are about to do something again. I don't want to imagine this, guys. Yeah, we are about to do what broke our head the last time, which is the stack widget thing. We're about to do stack widget again. So for now, let's analyze the design so that really me3 yeah, so thank you very much. That is what we are gonna do, guys. So let's jump into this card and then drop what we are gonna do. So let's analyze this design, right? We have this. How do we go with this? We are going to use stack, right? Which means this particular card, right? This particular card has to be on top of the green background and then on top of the white background as well. That is where the stack issue comes in, right? So what we are going to do is that we'll call the stack widget. The stack widget is going to have this center, and the center is going to be like this container, guys. And then on top of that, we are going to have this. This is the only issue here, right? If you look at everything, this is the only issue here because the element down here is going to be a column, and then the column is going to have a text, which is the header, and then we are going to have a text, which is the regular, and this two, right? These two, let me use the pen. These two are going to be in a row. So one item for the button, and then another item for this, and then we'll do the cross axis of the row to be aligned to end, which means all of the elements are going to be at the end. So that means the shop button will be at the bottom. Yeah, that is that. And this two is going to contain a column. So we know text first followed by this. We have that. The next thing is this. Right? The next thing is this. And this is the only thing that can make us waste a little bit of time here. So let's jump into it and also see how many errors we are going to fix in order to get this design. So guys, let's jump in there. Yeah, so in this we are going to call our stack widgets. So let's call the stack widgets, and we are going to call the children widgets, and then the first child is going to be the first child is going to be a container. So let's start with a container, right? Let's start with a container. No, let's start with center. And then the child of the center is going to be column. And then the children of the column, we are going to have a container which will have a height of let's give it 80, right? And then it will have a width of double dot infinity. That will be the width. So we are gonna have that, and then we are gonna give it a color. So that color should be green. All right, I think fresh mint. Yeah, fresh mint. That should be the color. So let's run this, and we are gonna have that. NBA, thanks very much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channel, guys. Someone gave me a good news. He said 3 new people are subscribed, and those were his recommendations. I really appreciate that, but you can also do some. So guys, let's do something. Thank you very much. Yeah, so we have our first container looking good. We are gonna have our second container like this, right? We would now give it a little bit of height, so that can be like 140, and then the color is gonna be white, right? We have our up colors. Don't we have fully white? Is that the color we are supposed to use? We are supposed to use the actual white. So let's use our actual white color. Guys, thanks very much for the likes. Today, yeah, I think today is a great day. Hi guys, today is like one of the craziest days. The likes and everything is just making me feel grrr. Yeah, so guys, we have our containers. What do we do next? We have to make sure we put it in a card, because we are gonna give it some kind of shadows. Right, just subscribe on YouTube. Thank you. I don't know how to mention the name, but V3 V3, thank you very much for the subscription. Guys, today is a good day. Yeah, don't forget to check the official YouTube channel. Okay, Jay, thank you very much. Guys, we have Jay in the building. He followed, he subscribed, he dropped a like, he did everything, and I'm just feeling cool, guys. I'm feeling like black sheep. Yeah, so are you feeling good? Yeah, so guys, we are going to drop this. All right, our column is going to be wrapped in a card widget. So when we bring the card widget, automatically we should be seeing something like that, right? So now we can see the shadow. So the next thing we have to do is to make sure we wrap our column, right? Now it is getting tensions, because if we try to, I do code with Flutter. Oh Charlie, we have Flutter developers in the house, bro. We have Flutter devs. Nobody is gonna, you can show us nothing, bro. 3 subscribers, I'll get you 7 clear. Guys, black site is like the last time you gave us 10k likes, I was like, bro, how did you do that? Like, guys, I appreciate the love, right? Even if it is 1 love, I appreciate it. 2 love, I appreciate it. Guys, we have cybersecurity in the building, bro. He's gonna check our code and tell us it's not secured. Bro, don't check the code yet, yeah? We beg you. Spiru Ghana, thank you guys. I appreciate all of you, and yeah. Let's build. The YouTube people are angry, so let's build. Yeah, so guys, we have this. The card is looking like this. Does card has shape? Okay, card has shape, so we can change the shape. Let's see. Let's use a rounded rectangular bottom for the shape, and then we're gonna use the border radius, and let's use the circular border radius and see what we are gonna have. So let's use 16.0 and see. Yeah, the radius is not changing because we are using these 2 containers here, and those 2 containers are overcoming even the radius of the card. So instead of using card, we can use clip rect. I'm looking for someone who can teach me cybersecurity. Oh guys, cybersecurity. Oh guys, I haven't done cybersecurity, so how do we do this? Yeah, we'll check it out. Yeah, so guys, what we can do is, guys, someone need help with cybersecurity, someone should help him out. we have clip rect. We are going to use clip rect to actually determine the radius of this element. So when we do our border radius 16, we are going to have it this way for using the clip rect. But according to the UI, the border radius is 8.0, so we are going to do 8.0, and then we can now take off the border radius for the card. So now let's see, we can have something like this. Yeah, guys, thank you very much for the likes. I really appreciate all of them. So cybersecurity, I only did a little bit of that to pass my exams. Yeah, I did a little bit of that only to pass my exams, and then I ran away. That's all. Guys, don't forget to drop the follow, right? We are live every day 9 p.m. we are live, so drop the follow, and let's be in touch. Yeah, and also don't forget to subscribe. A lot of people have subscribed to the YouTube channel, and I'm very happy, and I just love to have you two on board. Yeah, so let's set the elevation. We can't just set the elevation without checking the UI, right? So let's check the UI. You go to drop shadow, you check that the elevation is 4. Wow, elevation is 4. And then when you check the color of the elevation, right, when you check the color of the elevation, it's gonna be black with 25%. You good in coding? Moji, are you asking me? Are you asking me or someone else? So we are gonna have the shadow color. If you're asking me, this is what I do, and this is what you're saying. So we are going to do our shadow color, and our shadow color is going to be black, and then we are going to add with values, and we call alpha, then 0.25 according to the UI. So now we have this. Nice, but programmers will have no job in the next 5 years. AI can build an app in less than an hour. Yeah, I like it when I have people like this. AI can build an app in less than an hour. That's great. Who tells the AI to build the app, and who programs the AI to build the app? Can you just go and then be like, I have AI, where are you? Come and build an app for me. Or you go to someone and say, bro, I have an app that I want to build, but I know there is some setups that you can do to make AI do it for me. So you need someone to tell the AI to do it this way and that way. So I understand you, don't worry. It's good to have that opinion, but at the end of the day, you need someone to tell the AI to do it this way and that way, and that's the work of the programmer. So yeah, so focus and learn the basics. Yeah, so focus on the basics. Thank you, Jay, thank you very much for supporting. Yeah, so AI is your guide, and it's a tool for you. What you are saying is like, let me see, car manufacturers will just go to their factory and then they go to bed, because they're like, or you can go to your shop and then you leave your tools and everything on the table, then you go to bed, because the tools can hammer better than using a stone, or the tools can hammer better than using your hand. So since they can do it better, you just go to bed and then the tools work for you. Anytime you say AI will replace programmers, just take your mind to that particular section and say that something is not adding up. Someone has to use the hammer to hit the table, and that is the work of the programmer. Someone has to tell the AI to do A and B. So guys, let's jump to our code. We have our box, we have our shadow, and everything set up. The next thing for us to do is to do this. The almighty this sachet, right? This sachet is going to be our headache. So let's try and see what this sachet is going to do to us, whether it's going to break our head or we would just and go. Yeah, so let's come here. This is our first child in the stack, which is this container. So our next child is going to be Image.assets, and then we are going to have app assets, and then let's call any assets, right? We are going to use any assets at all. So let's just pick some assets, espresso. Let's pick this asset. Yeah, so let's give it a height so that we can use it on what we want to do. So let's come here and click on our image. What's the size of our image, by the way? Our image size, let's give it an actual always 40. Right, guys, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate the likes and the support. The togetherness in this channel is crazy, guys. The togetherness in this channel is crazy. I'm not sure anybody is gonna come and then break your head and go, because what the hell? Yeah, so guys, we have this image, right? We have the image in there. What we have to do is to push it to the other end of the screen, right? So we are just gonna have to call this inside positioned. So we'll wrap it in the positioned widget, and then we are gonna call the right, and then the right will be 0.0. Right, so let's see. So guys, that is for the image. It's supposed to hold us by the neck, but Charlie, that side, thanks very much for the follow. I want to, where's the cap? Thanks very much for the follow. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channel. As you can see, the name of the channel is Code Researcher. Right, that's the channel, so you can check it out for more episodes. We have more than 90 videos on the channel. A lot of them are live videos like this, so you can check it out and then be part of this run. All right, the developers run. Join, subscribe, and always show up for our lives. Yeah, and if you want to learn software development or mobile applications development too, this is for you. I have the 3 subscribers, guys. Black site is the boss here, bro. Yeah, so guys, let's look for our image. The image we are supposed to use, it's supposed to be that sachet, right? Do we have it here? Yeah, the beans image. I think that's what we have to use. Is that what we have there? Oh no, this particular one looks different. Guys, this image look different though, so we have to crop it out. And I want to crop out the image, but I don't want to be cropped. How can you tell me this story? Guys, let's crop out the image. Who do I press? Do I have to press something to crop it out? No, guys, we can't use this image like this. Let me just download it and let's go there and see. Since it doesn't want to give us the chance to resize it and all that, I think we can just download it and then use it. If AI can build an app in less than an hour, then remember who builds the AI. Guys, me I know they talk some again. 7K likes, guys. We are going to the next. Guys, I don't know, I really love what's up, right? I really love what's going on. Like the way everybody is now being able to tackle this particular issue. Like, yeah, if AI can build it, who is building the AI? Who is making the AI understand that when they say a widget, this is a widget? Who is doing that? Who? Ha. It's difficult though. Guys, it's difficult though. It's difficult. Every day we'll have to explain to people that yeah, AI will replace you, but who is in charge of the AI every day? It's not easy, but yeah, we have to keep on doing it, right? Mr. Universe, thank you very much for that comment. And don't forget to drop the follow as well. Yeah, so guys, let's name our image. What's the name of the image? We'll just call it coffee bag. Yeah, so let's call it coffee bag. Yeah, and we are gonna add this to our dummy assets, and then we'll use it in there. So let's look for our app assets, and then let's use that coffee bag in here. So let's first change the name to coffee bag. Building with as a programmer, right? Me, I don't know if it applies to everybody, but my superpower is to be able to kind of debug my code, look at my code and be like, no, this is where the issue is coming from. No, to kind of visualize what will already happen before I even write the code. Like, bro, it makes me feel so good. Like, yeah, I'm really doing something. You can use AI to debug, but when it comes to that particular one, I feel so good about it. It's like, yeah, Charlie, I'm really doing something. Oh, I just give AI this to do, and like, it's just nice, guys. It's very nice. Yeah. So looking at the UI, we have to push this a little bit away from this, and also we can see that the bag is more pushed to the top than the bottom. It's like fully in between the two elements, but we don't have to worry about that now because we are here to add the size, the height, and everything to the containers. So if we want to align the bag right now, it's going to be an issue. So we will leave the coffee bag like this, build the other sections of the card, and then afterwards we'll go back and then resize or realign the bag, right? So that is what we are doing. Guys, don't forget to check out the channel, right? We are live on YouTube. Yeah. This thing, come back, put that light on me. Yeah. So let me jump here. Now we are going to focus on the text inside of our container. Yeah, so let's take the first container, which has the height of 80. We are going to do child, and then the child is going to be column. As you can see on the design, the first child is this, and this text is a medium text with what's the size? A medium text with the size of 10. How can you tell me this story? Yeah, so we are going to use that. So let's use the first child, the children. So we are going to call app text. We are going to call the app text widget that we have created, and we are going to call medium. Right, and then inside of the medium we have to, guys, the likes. I don't even know how you guys are doing it because your fingers, guys, I don't know. Thank you very much for the support. I really appreciate everything that is going on here, the likes, the tuning in, the comments, and everything. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. So we are going to add this text, which is bonus rewards. So let's do that. I know most of you will be watching and be like, why is this boy not adding the text to the strings again? Guys, I'll do it. Just that my fingers, I'm feeling lazy to do it, but that's the best thing to do. 10K coming, guys. Where are we? We are at 8.8K. We are almost there, guys. Whoa, this bonus rewards looks it's so tiny. Why was he using this particular size? I'm gonna keep it this way. And then the color is like eyebrow. Thank you very much for the follow. I really love that. Welcome on board. Don't forget to check the YouTube channel for more videos like this. We have about 90 plus videos. Yeah, we have about 90 plus videos on the channel, so check it out. Yeah, so guys, we are going to add the text, which is bonus rewards, and we've already done that. The next thing is to add the color, which we can pick from our app colors. So we are going to use white, the white that we have inside of our app colors. All right, the frothy white, that's what we are going to use. So we have this, and then the next thing we can do is that when you check the design, right, this text is aligned at the start of the screen and not in the center. So as we've always been doing, you go to the column and change the alignment, cross axis alignment to start. Yeah. Ikenga, now you build the AI. Ikenga, as you build and finish, they say AI can't replace you. So me, as I dey here now, I don't know what I go do. I for go find some farming job then do. Since they say AI is coming to replace me, I have to start farming, guys. I'll go tell my clients, my company, everybody that I'm working with, I'll tell them that, guys, I'm no more developing, AI is coming to replace me, so I want to do farming. Oh my god. Yeah, but after software engineering, I'll go into farming. So yeah. So what do we have? Splendid. Thanks very much for the follow, guys. We are live on YouTube as well, so don't forget to check it out, guys. Yeah. So yeah. What do? We add our next text. Jacob, thanks very much for the follow. Don't forget to check out the videos on the hey Jay, then I go come get land for your den. But our land we go day for somewhere far. Yeah, I'm using Figma for the UI, and then I'm using Flutter for the mobile development. Guys, we are almost at 10k likes. That's crazy. So let's do this and bold, and let's add our next text, right? So we are gonna have app text dot bold, and then the text. All right, let's add the text. It says coffee delivered to your house. Can one use Node.js and React for mobile apps? I think you can use React Native. If you are already familiar with React, then you can use React Native for mobile apps. I think. Not I think. React Native can work, can be used, is what we use to build React mobile apps. So yeah, you can check out React Native. Guys, 10k, it's a crazy amount of likes. I don't know how you did it, but you did it, guys. Thank you very much for the 10k likes. For everybody that's watching, don't forget to follow and don't forget to check out the YouTube channel, guys. That's crazy, guys. Yeah, so we are gonna have to build this particular thing right now. Let's rerun and see what we have. We have this. We are gonna set the colors as we have here. Thank you very much, Black Site. Thank you very much for all the likes and all the support. I really appreciate them. I really appreciate them, guys. I do. Yeah. So we have to do a little quick build before we talk again. So we are going to put a height between our elements, which would be the 8.0 spacing, as you can see here. Alright, and then the next thing for us to do is guys, thanks very much. I really appreciate the likes. Yeah, I really do. The next thing we are going to do is to remove the height. We don't need this height. Right, we don't need the height because it's not important. If we use the height that way, that means it's gonna limit the elements, and elements can overflow easily. But when we decide the height by using the elements, then there is not gonna be an overflow issue, right? Yeah, Black Site, thank you very much once again. So we are gonna use padding, right, and we are gonna use constant symmetric alignment for the horizontal alignment, which looks like a 16.0 horizontal alignment, right? So the horizontal alignment is we taking the elements away from the screen as it is, right? And then we are going to do the vertical alignment, which is going to be 32.0 because we want to have a big vertical line, because that is too much. So let's use our 24. Yeah, so now we have our elements looking like this. We have our elements looking like this. Okay, I said don't worry about the coffee bag. We are going to work on that, so don't stress yourself over it. Yeah, the next thing for us to do is to build the elements at the bottom. Guys, 11k likes. I don't even know what to say again, guys. I don't even know what to say again. I just have to say thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So let's do the second button. All right, the second container, we are going to build the text for the second container as well. All right, so let's check the size. The size of this is the same as that, and then we are going to have this as a regular text with a size of 12. This is a semi-bold text, and then the other one is a regular one. All right, so let's go in there, and then we'll call on the children of the column. All right, and then the first one is going to be up text, and then a semi-bold. Oh, we don't have a semi-bold text. Okay. We have bold, we don't have semi-bold, we have medium. Yeah, medium is the correct one. We are going to use the medium text, guys. Yeah, so the medium text, it's saying order 2 bags of coffee and get something bonus. So if we should run it, we have this. Okay, we have this, and then the font size is gonna be 12.0. Alright, this one we have here is 14.0. So yeah, we can have the font size to be 14.0 and not 12.0. Yeah, so we have this, and we should also align our elements to the start. So we are gonna do that right away. Cross-axis alignment to start, and then we are gonna have to align the padding for the children, guys. Thank you very much. All I can say is thank you, guys. Horizontal alignment to 16.0, and then we have this. Yeah, so now we have this, but why is it am I using 26? I thought 16, please use 16.0. Yes, now we have that, and then the next thing we have to do is to make sure we're using this regular text. Okay, and then we are using this regular text for the next element. So looking at this, the space between this is 16, unlike the 8 that we have for the first one. So we are gonna have constant size box, then the height is gonna be 16.0. yeah, and then below that we are gonna have the up text. We are gonna have a regular text. All right, dot regular, and then we'll set the text to this. So now let's run this and see what we have. Boom, we have this. Now the next thing we have to do is to change the size of the regular text to 14. Whoa, regular text is also 14. I thought it's gonna be smaller than the other one, so bigger than the other one, but it's the same thing. So yeah, 14, and now we have this. So now we have this. The next thing we have to do is to do a line break. But if you check this, sorry, my time is up. Oh my god, guys, our boss is leaving, our senior man is going, and then we would have to say thank you, Black Side. Thank you for the likes, thank you for the support. Hopefully we are gonna see you on our next episodes. Yeah. Yeah, so guys, we already, when we check the design, this particular one is gonna have 2 elements. We are gonna have the text and then the button. Right, so let's do that and move on. So we are going to put these elements inside of a row, and then the children, it's going to be this. So let's run this and see. Yeah, we have that. And because we want this particular text to automatically wrap itself to the bottom, we can wrap it in a column so that it can wrap itself to the bottom. So let's do that and see. It's still giving an overflow, which means we would have to do more than just that. Can we set we have font size, we have color, and we have text. What else do we need here? So if we should use column and use row, we are gonna have poll class. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the heart me. I really appreciate that. Don't forget to drop that follow. It's also important, and also check out the YouTube channel for more updates. We have a lot of videos on the channel, so please check it out. Now we are analyzing this design. We are getting an overflow. I want us to add the button and see what we are gonna get as well. Yeah, so if we should use expanded on this, what do you think we are gonna get? That. Yeah, so now what do? We need to add the buttons. So let's add this particular button, and then we'll do some few fixes and stuff here and there, then we should be good to go. So we have this button on most of our screens, so we don't have to rewrite it. We just have to go pick that field button, and then we are good to go. So let's go to our landing screen main. We can see it on the login card, and then you can have the field button, which is this. We have this button on most of our screens, so we just pick it, and then we can drop it here. And then we have to replace this with, what's the name, what's on the button? It's shop now. Shop now, shop now, shop now. Yeah, so we have this. Now let's rerun, and then we have this. Yeah, so for this particular button, we have to change the background color for the button. The text has to be white. We have to do some few fixes, as you can see, to get exactly what we have here. Yeah, and so let's jump in there. We are gonna have this to be shop now, and then the color is gonna be white. So the color is going to be the white color. So we would have this like this, and then the padding, are we going to have padding? And the padding is not that much, so let's keep it off and see. No, let's use 00 for now and see what we are going to have. We'd have something like that, yeah. And then for the rounded button, we are going to have it fully rounded. So we can even put 80, or let's just put the 100 for a fully rounded button like that. And then we are going to change the color to the espresso, and the white is the floaty white and not the actual white. So we are going to have our floaty white color like this. And then the background color should be espresso, espresso brown. Now we have this. Clock it. Yeah, so we have this, guys. Linear Ocean, thanks very much for the share. I really appreciate it, right? I do appreciate it. Let me do like this and go like this again. Don't forget to please drop that subscription, it's very important, and the like as well, guys. We are almost done with this. Clock it. Who is doing clock it? Charlie. Yeah, so they say we should clock it, guys. Clock it. 2 o'clock. Clock it on 12 o'clock. Clink, clink, clink. Yeah, we are clocking it, guys. Yeah, so to do, we are open shop now screen, right? When we do to do, we are opening the shop now screen. Yeah, and then the next thing for us to do is to align the elements to the bottom on the row, right? So inside of the row, we are aligning elements to the bottom, because currently it looks like the anti-clockwise alignment of the element, which is the cross axis, is in the center. So let's do it to the bottom. So we'll come to our row and we do cross axis alignment, and we put it at the end. So if we rerun this, we are going to have our button at the bottom, just as we have it here. Yeah, now you can see we are very close to getting exactly what we have on the UI. So what's the next thing we do here? The next thing we do here is to add that particular padding, right, to this. So the vertical padding now comes in, and we are going to use the 24.0, and let's see. Now we have this clackets. Yeah, so we just have to make sure that the button is very small down here compared to what we have up here. This is very huge compared to what we have down there. I'm saying if we can do something about that particular button, so if we should take this off, we're still gonna have exactly what we have. So what next do we do? What do we do? Let's put a little spacing between the elements. All right, first let's do our main axis as space between, and then before we put the spacing, which is going to be a width of, let's do, you get free coffee, which is going to be 8.0. so let's do this, and yeah, so this is what we have. Now what do we do, guys? What do you think we are going to do now? Even this is not taking any effect, so we can even put it away, but it's very important to have it there just in case. So the next thing for us to do is to reduce the size of this. We are going to do that, but still the size of this button, according to the UI, the button is not supposed to be that huge. According to the UI, the button is not supposed to be that huge like how ours is, like this. So we would have to find a way to make it smaller or tiny. Yeah, so let's go and see what we can do. So guys, when we come to the button and we check the style from, we are going to have the fixed size, the minimum size, and that. If we should set the padding of this particular button, so let's come down here and then let's set the padding to 0. Let's see what we would have. Yeah, so we have this, and it still haven't fixed the vertical pattern, right? The vertical pattern is still the same thing, so even setting it to 0 doesn't really change much, because what we are supposed to change is the vertical pattern. So we can take this off and have our button as it is, and then we'll just focus on changing this size of the image to become a little bit smaller. Right, so we can change our 160 into the 120 size now, and the image should be smaller. And then we are also going to push it a little bit to the bottom, right? So yeah, that is what we are going to do. Then we are going to push it to the bottom. So when we come here, we will do right and then top, and then we are going to do 32.0. So let's see how it's going to get pushed to the bottom. Yeah, so 40 should work for it. Yeah, guys, now we have this. It's pretty much very close to this, just that I feel like the size is not so big, so let's make it a little bit bigger. It's gonna be this, and then we will reduce this to 32, and let's see. Yes, guys, so this is what we have. Yeah, guys, thanks very much for the reshare. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything. Now we have this card. Although we try to change a lot of things, and I think this size here, it's supposed to even go smaller than as we have on the app, because this is very small. This is saying 12 and we are still holding on to 14. So let's jump it to the 12 and see what we would have. Yeah. Oh, what did I just change? Okay, that's the font size, no problem. We are gonna have to change this to 12, and then let's see. Okay, now that is kind of making a lot more sense compared to what we have first. This is also going to be 12, and then this is only the 16, and then this will also be 10. Okay, so this also becomes 12, and then yeah, and then the next one is 16, and then the next one is 10, according to the UI actually. Yeah, so guys, this is what we are having. This is our UI, right? And this is what we are having. So if we should come down here, this bold text is having a font size of 16. Yeah, so now we have this, and now we have the chance to actually push our back to the top a little and also make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, and make it a little bit bigger. So if we should check it very well, the right sizing is okay, just that we have to push it a little bit to the top. So we are gonna have 24, and then this should be it. Yeah guys, so this is what we have on our screen, and this is what we have on the UI. Yeah, you can check it out, and then the only thing we have to do is that this 24 pattern becomes 18, and it's not going to be that huge anymore. Nope, that is not for this, that is for this. Yeah, so guys, this is what we are gonna have. Let me see, this and this. Yeah, it's 16. I go get plenty money. Oh, I know. Everything in your I know. Hey, guys, sorry. Yeah, I'm very analytical about my builds and my designs, so let me make sure it fits exactly what we need. Yeah, so guys, we have our card. Now for the logged in user, we have this particular card, and for the user that is not yet logged in, we would not have this card. So let's go back and confirm everything. It took us a little bit of time, almost I think 20 to 30 minutes to get this particular design. I think 30 to 40, I can't actually tell the actual time, but it took us a little bit of time, 20 to 30 minutes to build this, just this. Yeah, someone will say AI will do it, but yeah, it's good to understand what you are doing. Yeah, so guys, we have this design. The next thing for us to do is to confirm when the user is not logged in, and then when the user is logged in. So we jump all the way here. Let's close this, right? And then let's go inside of the app and check the app info, and go inside of the storage, and then in the storage we are going to clear the storage. Yeah, so we have our storage cleared as usual. Now let's rerun our app. I only want you guys to focus on one thing, right? I want you to focus on when the user is not logged in and when the user is logged in. Yeah. So we have our app looking like this. It loads, and then we'll check. Now the user is not logged in. So now you can see we have this card asking the user to log in. And then we also have the greetings, good evening, log in and get free tea. But the user ID or the user's profile is not there because the user hasn't logged in, right? So the next thing for us to do is to log in and see if the ID or the profile of the user is going to show, and if this card is going to change to the card that we've previously created, right? So let's go to join now, and let's register, use face ID, check. Then we come to onboarding, we check the onboarding, and then we go to home page, our screen reloads. After it reloads, then boom, now we have this. Yeah, so now you can see this. Since the user is logged in, we now have the user ID showing, the user's profile. We now have bonus reward for the user, and we have the shop now button. Guys, according to the UI, according to the UI, can you see that? According to the UI, that is what we are building here. Clock it. Yeah, clock it, guys. We're just hitting it on the If this was music, they would be like it's in sync. Yeah. Yeah, so guys, yeah, that is that. Let's see what we are building next. So we are getting to the, oh guys, we are almost to the end of the whole design, right? We are close, very close to the end of the design, and I'm feeling sad. We have only few things to build. We have only few things to build. So when the user logs in, let's see what we are gonna have. So when the user logs in, we are gonna have this is the front end. Where is the back end? Yeah, Mr. Universe, the back end, we are not connecting back end. We are just focusing on the mobile build. Yeah, so I'm teaching the mobile build, and this is actually a course, and this is the episode 9 of the course. So I'm teaching front end development, and at the end of the course I'll just show how to actually fetch data from back end, but we are not going to build back end because we are just learning. We are not building for a client. Yeah, so one thing you can realize is that when you log in, they show you your favorite elements, right? The favorite items that you've saved, they show you all of those things. And then we go down here for the rest of the stuff. Yeah, so you can see that, which means that in our next episode we can make that the part 2 of episode 9. But yeah, we can make that episode 10, and then in episode 10 we are going to build the favorites, and then after the favorites we will take you to the order screen where you can now order your items. So you have your favorites. When you log in, you're gonna have the favorite items. We will build that. But when you go to the order screen, right, you're gonna have elements like this. You're gonna have your favorite elements and then the same set of drinks that we have on the previous section. The only change is that you're gonna have your favorites. So it's just gonna be like a repetition of this, right? It's just gonna be like a repetition of this from the home page. We are just gonna repeat this widget from favorites all the way to the bottom for you on the order screen. So that's what we are gonna have. So tomorrow, episode 10, right, is we building the favorites and then this order screen. And when you click on a particular item, we will take you to this screen, the order size, the large, premium, and all those things. Let's build and see how it's gonna look like. So we are gonna have this. The size is large, the add-ons, normal ice, and maybe you can add or reduce, right? The sweetener, the flavor, the creamer, and then you are gonna add to cart and then customize, which means when you customize, now you can change what again. There's no much to do. Just that when you click on customize, you'll have access to this more stuff. Yeah, so we are gonna do that. Done customizing, then you come here. When you go to cart, then you have this element in cart. So you can either add or reduce, and after that you have delivery, you have pickup, all those things. We will do that, and then we can check out. Yeah, so that is that. We will be doing that small thing tomorrow. The best thing about this is that when you build one side, then the other side is good to go. Yeah, so now when we click in our item, let's say we click on the cart, inside of the cart, and then we come to the order screen, then we are going to have this. If there's no element in our cart, then we are going to have this in the cart. So we've done shared preferences in this particular episode. We have about 4 or 5 more episodes to go to end this particular course. If you are new here, if you are just getting started, don't forget to check out the YouTube channel to follow up on the rest of the episodes. And if you've always been here, then good news is that we are getting to the end of the course, which is like 5 episodes more. Tomorrow we'll do episode 10, and then from there we can proceed to the rest of the episodes. So yeah, we have this here. We are going to do this when we click on the user's account. It's just going to be something short, right? It's just going to be something short. It's not going to be that much. It's just going to be something short. So we have this. When we click on the user's account, you have this, all this, a text and an icon, a text and an icon, and that is all we are going to have. Yeah, you can toggle this, you can toggle this, toggle and toggle. That's it. Yeah, so guys, when we click on this again, we close the menu, we open menu, close menu, open menu. Yeah, so guys, we've done a lot for today. We've done a lot for this particular episodes, and now we have just a few things to build, like 5 more episodes to go, then we are done with the course. Then I'm gonna announce a very beautiful app that I have on the way. That app is gonna be built. I'm gonna take my time to build it, but it's gonna be live. Everything is gonna be live. I'll build that app and make it available on Play Store for a lot of people to access. It's gonna be a very beautiful app, and you would like it. Yeah, so guys, that is that for this episode. In this particular episode, we were able to check what shared preferences are. We created a shared preferences class, and we access the data from that particular shared preferences. We created a data which is a Boolean data. We access that data, and using that data we were able to set whether this element should show or it shouldn't show based on the user's status. That is what we've learned in this episode, and also we've revised a lot of things that we've worked on. We've revised assets, we've revised columns and rows, and we've revised the stack widget as well. So guys, tomorrow we are going to build the rest of the screens concerning the user, and then we are going to build the other screen. Hopefully we should be done with the other screen and then the cut screen before the end of episode 10. Yeah, so guys, this is episode 9. Don't forget to check it out again and again, and also don't forget to access all the code on the YouTube channel, on the GitHub repo. Inside of the GitHub repo, all the codes are in there. So let me push it so that you can have access to it. Yeah, so let me do the push. I'm generating my my commit message using this particular assistance or whatever AI. Yeah, I'm using this. The name is generate AI commit message generator. Yeah, so it will just check through the updates that you've done and generate a commit message for you. Then you can commit, and then you do your git push. Yeah, so guys, the code is available. You can access it on the GitHub repo, and also don't forget to drop that subscription. And if you are watching on any other platform, don't forget to check out the YouTube channel Code with Secho for more episodes like this. So my people on YouTube, I'll see you in episode 10. Bye bye.